Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Spellweaver video. Today, before I get into my actual gameplay videos, I wanted to create a video for you guys, for all the people who have asked me about when it hits open beta and what to do, how to start, how to go about things when everyone's accounts are wiped. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit of my 2 cents, some tips, some tricks, some strategies, as far as limiting the amount of time you're sitting there going, well, I wish I had a bigger collection. I can't really play competitively until I have a bigger collection. So I wanted to help you guys kind of cut down on the grind time as much as possible. The first bit of advice that I can give you is, if you don't have access to the sneak week, if you're waiting for the 15th, from the 8th to the 15th, you're using that week to either watch streamers or not playing. Take a little bit of time, sit down, write out a list of all the cards you want, because by now you probably have a favorite deck or a deck that works the best for you, and with that you should probably have that deck as a priority. I'll get to when you unlock certain things, because I asked the devs about that in this most recent update, and I'll get to that in a second. But you're going to be but before you can get to that deck, before you can unlock crafting, you need a deck that can grind out games quickly and effectively. Now, because losing to AI actually does give you fame now, and fame is kind of the big thing you got to grind nowadays, thanks to the fame setting, and for certain fame levels unlocking certain game mechanics or what have you. It is sort of viable to just sit there and lose over and over and over again to the AI, but with that only giving you 10 fame, I don't really see that being all that viable or enjoyable, for that matter. So I wanted to share with you guys a little something that I've been using. Yesterday I sat down and I timed myself on how quickly I could grind out games against the AI using what is in essence a pretty budget deck, especially if you get the order starter deck. And bear in mind that as long as you've grinded out your 50 games, every one of us is going to be getting 55 packs worth of cards and a pretty sizable amount of gold from the community rewards for the E3 invades Indy, or Indy invades E3. So you'll have a pretty sizable collection to start with, a decent sized at the very least. I realized that this is the deck that I use to grind out a lot of games. I think I ground out somewhere in the vicinity of 20 to 25 games in an hour. I think the exact number was like 24 against the AI. These were all against the AI because the AI plays quicker and the AI is, well, easier than playing friendly games. I realized this deck plays 3 of an epic, but when I originally made this list, and you can find this list on the forums, I posted it somewhere, I think on the post your decks here thread, because I wanted to share this with people. I was originally only playing 1 of Antriel because I only had 1 of Antriel, and the deck doesn't need 3 Antriel, it only really needs 1. The thing about this deck is its strength is the ability to go turn 1 Relic Guard, turn 2 Sunblessed Priest, turn 3 Angel Blessed Knight, turn 4 Guardian of the Faithful. Have those consistent cards to play every turn, which is big against the AI. It does have the Triangelica in it for a win condition, and I find myself actually using that as a win condition a lot more than I originally would have thought. But again, personally, this is a deck that allows me to quickly grind out games against the AI and grind fame very effectively. And that's, in my opinion, that's something that's going to be major, because at the moment you unlock, as you level up through your fame levels here, you find, my dog just decided to poke his head in the room, sniffing around. At fame level 6, you unlock ranked games. At level 8, you unlock trials, which could, if you're good at trials, hey, as soon as you're able to play trials, I suggest you do it, because if you're good at them, then you'll probably get more rewards than you would just grinding quests. At level 11, you unlock crafting, and at level 13, you unlock the academy quests up here. And every 5 levels, you unlock a free starter deck. So actually, it might be, depending on how fast you level up. I mean, in order to get from rank 1 to rank 2, it could be 100 fame, it could be, 20, it could be 200. I don't really know. I've been thinking about asking the devs, but I've just had so many other things to do. I haven't really gotten around to it yet. So, also, unlocking your quest areas, so you have more quests to complete for potentially more fame, is also probably something you want to focus on. The other thing I wanted to emphasize here, if you get a quest to win a PvE challenge, in the deck I showed you I have yet to lose a PvE challenge with. It's pretty effective against the AI in every respect. These PvE challenges reward 100 fame. Well, that was actually they reward 100 fame before the update 6.8, where it increased all the fame, so you probably get more. So these PvE challenges are big in the sense that they really help you grind out fame. So if you find one, definitely prioritize it. Something else to keep in mind is that there are fixed cards now for every time you unlock a quest hub. So if you I just unlocked the Moss Knot. I click I played 10 games with a nature hero or whatever it is, and I click it. I'm going to be getting 3 cards, one either rare or epic, and then 2, I believe there's going to be an uncommon and a common. So you're going to be building your collection by just completing quests and opening the map itself. So that's another thing that you should probably be prioritizing. Don't be ashamed to sit there for the first day you come back in the open beta. Don't be ashamed to just sit down and grind and grind and grind against the AI, because that's pretty much what everyone's going to be doing. I know that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to see if I can't do it before I start streaming on Monday, but it might just be what I start the stream doing, grinding a bunch of games against the AI real quick. So, to kind of recap, find a deck that works for you. Find a goal deck. This is the deck that you want to build down the road. This is the deck you're working towards. The deck that once you build it, you're going to be able to go into friendly or ranked, if ranked is what you enjoy doing, and just start winning games. That should be your overall goal. Sit down, write out a deck list, and start checking things off. You know what works best for you. You know what you enjoy the most. So I suggest you follow your own dreams in that regard. I'm just here to give you some tips, some tricks, some things to prioritize. And while you're working towards that dream deck, the goal deck, get yourself a solid starter or budget deck that you can use to beat the crap out of the AI over and over and over again. It does suck that there's going to be a little bit of grinding involved. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to mention, the way it works now, you're not going to be able to buy a starter deck that you already have. So once you own it, you'll not be able to unlock it or purchase it with gold or crystal or anything. So that means that it's going to be a little more difficult for crafting, because you're not going to be able to just buy a starter deck and get, I think it was like 55 or so shrines out of that. But that's fine, because they increase the amount of rewards you get from pretty much everything else. So it should be just as easy to build a collection right now. And I hope this video helps you guys. I hope it gives you some good advice. I hope it helps you really sit down and think about what you're going to be doing when it hits open beta. The number one thing I can say about when you're switching to open beta, go in with a plan. Don't try and make it up as you go along. I did that with Hearthstone, and there's a reason why my collection, to this day, even though I don't really play Hearthstone all that much anymore, to this day, my collection is still kind of half completed. I mean, you can blame that a lot on the way Blizzard sets up their crafting system, but there's a reason why I was in the closed beta and I went into open beta, and I just had absolutely no clue what I was doing. I had no plan. So, as always, as with everything in life, if you have a plan, life seems to work out a little bit better than if you don't. Don't try and make it up as you go along. Have a deck that you're working towards. Have a deck that can you can grind with effectively. Have a plan, and the most important thing, guys, have fun. And as always, guys, may the cards rise to meet you, and bring good RNG to your enemies' enemies.